Hi, so this is a different type of video to what I've made before. That being said, if you've read the title, this is a theory, or more accurately me rambling about an interesting theory I have regarding Ramboo's genetics. To clarify before I continue, when I say Ramboo, I am referring to Ramboo's character on the Dream SMP. And I am assuming that the Minecraft characters are mammals and close enough to humans for my basic level of biology. Now, back to theory. While I do not think this theory could or would affect the lore/plot of the Dream SMP. However, that could be my inability to see angst potential here. Nor do I believe this theory in any way affects the other theories on what the non-Enderman half of Ramboo could be. The summary of this theory, for anyone who just wants the cliff notes, or doesn't care about my thought process and evidence, is that I believe Ramboo is a chimera. Not the mythical snake goat-lion hybrid from Greek myths, but rather the medical phenomenon named after the mythical creature in which a single organism, such as a cat, contains more than one distinct set of DNA, normally two. It is maybe possible to be more, but I'm not certain. Now, before I explain why I think Ramboo's a chimera, I feel I should summarise the methods by which he could have become a chimera and how they are made. The first and most likely in my belief is that he absorbed a twin in the womb, as this is the most common, to my knowledge, method of chimerism. The second option is that for a mother and child to absorb some of the other's DNA. In Ramboo's case, it would have to be from his mother, not the other way around, for obvious reasons. Now, I believe it is due to absorbing a twin, as that would more likely lead to such a significant differences shown, whereas the mother would most likely only be a small quantity of DNA. Now that we know what a chimera is, here is an example of an extreme chimera. If you look at the cat, it should have the same. It should show the same distinct half and half face as Ramboo does, including the mismatched eyes. Ramboos also implied that he acts like an Enderman and whatever the other side is. While this does just imply a mixture of the two sides, however, if you look at mixtures such as a liger, the mixture of a lion and a tiger, you don't get a clear split. You get a mixture of the two species. Like, you threw them both in a blender together and took out the results. But not a literal blender. I've just realised how bad an analogy that is. Oh well, I tried. But you don't see the clean split that Ramboo and the cat I've shown you show. Okay, you say, but cats can be chimeras, but can people, for all intents and purposes, Ramboo is a person? The answer is yes, and thank you, as this gives me an excuse to talk about my favourite case of chimerism, where a woman gave birth to a child only to fail a maternity test, something she should have been unable to fail at. So, when they looked at her DNA, they found that she was a chimera, and that her sister's DNA had been used to make the child. In fact, most chimeras only find out under similar circumstances, where it's an extenuating circumstance in which their DNA needs to be looked at, and it's found that there's two sets. It's very interesting. And in fact, while chimeras are rarely noticed, it is believed that up to 10% of the population is a chimera to some degree. However, this is very hard to prove, for the obvious reasons of you can't just go around stealing people's DNA. As much as scientists would love to. That's a joke, to be clear. My lawyer says it's a joke. That being said, what does it mean for Ramboo's character? Well, as there are few known examples, little is known about the side effects of chimerism in humans, but there has been noticed a slightly increased risk of autoimmune issues relating to the skin when it overlaps between the DNAs, such as is seen on Ramboo's face. However, given it is a slight increase, they're not entirely sure if it's a coincidence or not. In other words, basically, no difference to Ramboo's character at all, as I said earlier. But, I do think it's a very interesting explanation for why his skin would look so interesting, and an interesting biological explanation of how the two sides of Ramboo merged. That being said, if you'd like to see more theories or rambles like this, please like. And if you enjoy watching people play Minecraft or do art in their free time, feel free to subscribe. Thank you.